Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, I'm here to showcase the Pure Stretch 5 build that will change NBA 2K23 at the competitive level. Now, how much of a change this is going to make, I'm not sure, because I do know for a fact we're going to be using this on our Pro-Am team, but I don't know how many other Pro-Am teams it fits. But that's the key, the originality to this build and the complete diversity and just weirdness of it in general, and the style that we're going to use it in, is going to throw people for a lot of loops. They're going to be really confused by it, and I'm excited to show you in today's video how we plan to use it. So, I hope you all enjoy the video. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all good stuff, and like always, try to win to 2,000 likes. Alright, so I will let you guys kind of gaze at the attributes for a second, but I do want to talk to you about how we plan to utilize this build. So in case you're curious of who's going to utilize this, if you guys are consistently watching the channel, I'm sure you know when you look at a build like this, who this is. So, this is obviously Tonic, our outside center. Now, I, for a little bit, have played like an inside center while an outside center is on the team. He's been our post scorer, our little post scorer option that can still cut. He can still do all types of things like spot up as well. He's a good dropper on defense, drops for rebounds, shot blocks, all types of stuff like that, rotations. But with this build, we have a new plan for him. So, our new lineup and style, so to say, is going to be 5 out. I'm on a new shooting build, and I'm going to be the 5 out point guard / shooting guard. And we're going to have my boy Zeke as another 5 out option as well. So me and Zeke are the 1 and the 2. Now, if you run 5 out and you have a 1 and a 2 already figured out, you have to figure out who your third wing spot up is. And in this video, we're showcasing our third wing spot up in Tonic. So it's going to be me, Zeke, and Tonic as the 1, 2, 3 wing, wing, wing. And then we have 2 pure lock 6'9s that are going to play lockdown defense for us and kind of just carry on defense. The same way me and IQ have been doing for our regular Pro-Am team style. So as you can see, 17 finishing badges, 25 shooting with 92 3-pointer, by the way, gold limitless range and 89 for obviously that Agent 3 and blinders gold, as you can see. And another cool thing about being 6'11", you get Agent 3 in tier 1 and blinders in tier 2. And Tonic plans to run double shooting badge core loadout on this as well. So he's going to have literally catch and shoot, Deadeye, limitless. He's still going to have blinders as well, Agent 3, mini magician, space creator, all types of stuff like that. And this is going to be a really ridiculous addition to our wing defense. Now, obviously, as far as corner defense goes, he's still going to be guarding corner. So it's going to have 86 pass hack for some really good break starter as well. As you can see, gets that on the Hall of Fame level. He can still get a playmaking badge core, obviously, if he goes with the double shooting one, because it's going to be 2 shooting, 1 playmaking, 1 defense, no finishing. But even with the no finishing, as you can see, you still get posterizer in tier 2, you get limitless takeoff and slithery in tier 1, so his dunking is still right there, and he gets 86 driving dunk for the pro contacts and the gold limitless takeoff, as you can see. Not to mention with the 80 standing dunk, he also gets the standing big man contact dunks, the pros as well. So he has 2 pro contact dunk packages, also can catch contact alley-oops as well. He also can still kind of mash, not exactly, but honestly, I'm really curious to see how people are going to match up against our team, because obviously the meta for as far as the Pro-Am lineups go, it's usually a 6'1" point guard with very minimal defense, if not none, for most teams that are in this comp Pro-Am scene. Then their shooting guard is like a 6'3" that has good steal rating, but it doesn't have anything good as far as interior defending at all. Then they have a 6'7" pure lock, a 6'9" power forward, and a 7-foot plus kind of outside big, I would say, for the most part, or maybe sometimes inside. But nonetheless, I'm really curious how people are going to line up on us, because most teams like to keep their center and point guard in the corners. So as I just told you, I obviously am going to have me, Zeke, and Tonic wing, wing, and wing. So that means their 2, 3, and their 4, aka their shooting guards, lockdown, and their power forward, aka the back end, have to decide who's going to guard who between me, Tonic, and Zeke. Not to mention, with the level of spacing that we're going to have on our team, our 6'9s that we're both going to have, we're going to have 2 6'9s in the corners that are going to have really good close shot, 85 close shot for that matter too, with 86 driving dunk as well, 75 standing dunk, and it's going to be a problem for small guard to guard. And because of our spacing, the fact that I can shoot the ball and I'm going to have the ball in my hands a lot, we're able to call those backdoors on those no defense point guards and absolutely expose that stuff too. And we have a lot of height throughout the whole court as well. So as far as Tonic's contribution on this build, 81 mid-range, obviously, for that Hall of Fame mini magician. He is a Hall of Fame space creator as well, obviously, off his 3-pointer too. And then you're probably wondering, why 75 ball handle? Well, like I said, he's still going to be on our wing, so it's a viable secondary, third, like tertiary option, essentially, to go to after me and Zeke. And we even still plan to maybe send him down off the wing into the post. There are other different sets that I'm planning to run as well. It's really deep, like really intellectual stuff that we'll eventually get into for the Pro-Am descriptions and explain to you guys how it's all going to work. But as you can see, the one knock you're probably going to have on the build is the lack of wingspan at being 6'11", and then also the fact that it only has silver rebound chaser and silver anchor as well. Personally, I've seen gameplay of this, and I'll show you some screenshots. If you guys really want to see the wreck gameplay I've been getting with Tonic, and we're just kind of grinding the new build together, you can definitely like ask to see that. I really only want to post wreck gameplay though, if you guys really want to see it, to be honest with you. But I know a lot of people are maybe questioning like, why the super heavy weight at 228 if you're only going to go 47 strength? Again, it is more so for rebounding, to be able to get that gold box out beast and silver rebound chaser. And the plan is that we're going to play with 269s that both have Hall of Fame rebound chaser, or at least gold rebound chaser and Hall of Fame box out beast. So the plan is that we're going to attack rebounds more as a team. I'm also going to have silver rebound chaser on my build, and then Zeke's going to have 83 defensive rebound with like gold box out beast, but he's not going to run rebound chaser. So long story short, we don't have any complete liabilities as far as defense goes, but we definitely have only those two specialists as far as the pure locks, the 269 pure locks that we're planning to use. Besides that, me, Tonic, and Zeke are kind of mediocre defenders. This isn't exactly meant to be a pure lock, pure big, anything like that. But as you can see, 76 speed, 71 excel, 75 vert. And here's what really makes the build special. Now, it's not so crazy because Tonic already has a build that's like this, where it gets this exact thing we're looking at right here, the play take, most specifically team takeover boost. But this obviously is a nice thing to have, especially for that role Tonic's going to be in. So me, Zeke, and Tonic are all going to be able to run team takeover boost. Now, if you have seen this in action, it's a ridiculous addition to a Pro-Am team. I can't believe how few people run something like this on, like this, let's say their power forwards or their shooting guards or anything like that. This is a significant boost to the takeover, and you don't even have to be the ball handler passing to people. If you have this activated, aka Tonic having it activated on my team, if I'm running pure 5 out when he has this activated, any dunk that I get, or 3-pointer, steal, block, rebound, anything like that, contributes way more to the takeover. And with how many accelerators we have on the court too, that's going to go crazy. So the combination that he's going to run is going to be team takeover boost primary with limitless range secondary. I am also going to run slash take primary with play take secondary, so Tonic can get his play take, and then I'm going to be able to get significant amount of takeover, and I can probably run double takeover for that matter, and run easy blow bys and team takeover boost together. And then I'm going to be able to feed the whole rest of the team as well, just off that stuff. And we're going to have a recurring cycle of just absolutely crazy amounts of takeover. Alright, so now let's discuss some badges. Now, as you can see, we're not going to have a significant amount of finishing badges. I also don't really care that much about him running things like Fast Twitch, Masher, Rise Up. The Masher may be somewhat of a discussion to be had, and honestly, if we ever had to, I suppose he could just take Fearless Finisher off a little bit and just run, like, let's say, for instance, Bronze Acrobat, or maybe he could even afford to just run Bronze Fearless. But as you can see, if we do take off the Fearless Finisher, we could still run things like Masher, Fast Twitch, whatever the case may be. So we're at least covering that up a little bit as a potential thing to run, but as far as most of it goes, I'm just going to assume it's going to be something like this. But he also could run maybe things like Bronze Post Spin, but I don't really expect him to be utilizing like the interior post scoring too much. It's probably more post fades, post hops, hop jumpers, fading mid ranges, fading threes, stuff like that. Anything that's in his like wheelhouse that we all know if you watch the videos what he can do. But anyway, no finishing core badge. We do plan for this to be a double shooting core, so with that being the case, we can just imagine that gold catch and shoot is on, obviously, so you would get 7 free points. So if I were to core catch and shoot instead, that would be here. Same with, as you can see, if you core limitless range 2, that would also be here, but you're just gonna have to use your imagination because it can't be double core badge shooting when you're in the My Player tester or anything like that. But anyway, besides that, he has a couple extra shooting badges to put on this build, so if you put 4 more, you can get gold Deadeye, which is actually a really cool thing for the sake of him being the stretch big. You're gonna see a lot of shoot over those sort of situations as well. He also could run things like clutch shooter, maybe volume shooter, but the consensus between me and him together, we kind of both agree if he doesn't run Green Machine, it'd probably be a pretty decent investment just off the fact that he's gonna be shooting a lot of shots, which I would even argue things like volume shooter might even be more beneficial, obviously. But regardless, Green Machine, he's going to be chucking a lot of contested shots at the end of shot clocks and stuff. He's kind of our shot clock dumpster, so to say, where we're just going to go to him when things are really dire and he's going to be able to just chuck up shots, and I'll be able to go down, crash, rebound, whatever the case may be. Or maybe he can just even still utilize the dunk meter too. So there's a lot of potential to it. But nonetheless, the plan is, again, you're going to have catch and shoot for free. We could also put Deadeye on with those 4 extra shooting badges, and the plan is we're actually going to put even more shooting badges in as well. It's just going to be 100% extra shooting badges, nothing else. So as you can see, the convenience of being this tall is the fact that once again, we get things like blinders in tier 2 instead of tier 3. We get agent 3 in tier 1 instead of tier 3 or 2, as most 6'9s and 6'1s would be. And I believe the convenience factor to this is the bigger you are, the more corner specialist is in a tier 3, where obviously we don't care about that too much, especially with this style as well. well. So I think things like corner specialists get moved to the tier 3 instead of blinders, and instead of agent 3 being tier 2, I think guard up is tier 2. So that's the convenience factor of this. It's a little bit cheaper for the badge points, so the significance of him being a pure stretch big is ridiculous. I mean, it's got a lot of shooting badges, bro. And as you can see with the playmaking, he's actually able to get silver unpluckable off the ball handle and bronze quick first step too. So core badge, silver unpluckable in that tier 3. We're able to get Hall of Fame break starter as well, which is the same amount of badge points as unpluckable, so whichever you would deem easier to core. And then boom, we have bailout as well for 5 points, quick first step, bronze handles for days, bronze floor general, and clamp breaker as well. So that makes up your playmaking badges. I'm okay with not running vice grip anyway, to be honest with you. I don't really think it's really that important, to be real. And I would much rather have these loadouts right here, 100%. And then for the defense, it's about as simple as this. You're going to run box out beast and chase down artist at the max levels. We also have anchor and rebound chaser, whichever is easier to core between the two of them. They're both obviously worth the same amount of points. And then we're not going to run pogo stick or anything like that. It's just going to be as simple as bronze challenger, bronze glove, bronze interceptor, and then workhorse on bronze as well. If you really wanted 2 extra defensive badges, you could just throw workhorse to gold, but I think bronze is going to be plenty fine as well. So as you can see, that is our loadout as far as the badges go. So I am very excited to see how this build can perform. We have to make sure as a team we don't underutilize Tonic, because this is a really niche build. Like I said, it's not something that a lot of people are going to vouch for or advocate for in the first place. It doesn't fit into many Pro-Am teams in general, because in the first place, it has to be a 5-out team, obviously, and that's what we are going to be doing with this build, so he's gonna be on the wing with it. If they decide to put shooting guards on him for some stupid reason, and I promise you teams might do that, because if me and Zeke go into our pick and roll sets instead of doing the double 5-out, teams are probably going to want their lockdown and power forward on them like a typical team would. But now Tonic throws them for a loop off the fact that he's a very outside the norm shooting guard role, where he's spotting up on that wing right there, and me and Zeke are running the P&R, and I can do pick and pop with it now too. We can send Tonic down on cuts with the shooting guard on him if that's the case. If they decide to put centers on him, we have a bunch of different sets where I can send whoever's in the corner with the guard on them down into the paint, make the guard stay down there, and now we can just absolutely spread the court out for Tonic to dex around with the center on him as well, maybe involve him in pick and pops and stuff like that too. All types of different sets that I have planned for this 5-out team. There's gonna be a lot of versatility to it, a lot of open court, and just the ability to use our brains a little bit in the basketball world, essentially. So anyway, that is the build. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions about the extra badge points, like I said, the plan is we're just putting pure extra shooting on, simple as that. So for anybody making this build, you could put Hall of Fame Green Machine on it 100% with all these badges still on, obviously. Or you could follow him in his quest of maybe going for the Deadeye instead, and that's the +4 would still get you that, because obviously 3 + 4 = 7, and then there's the 7 points right there. And again, the double shooting core allows us to run that catch and shoot. Now, if you didn't get the double shooting core in last season, it may be a little bit tougher. You will have a convenient aspect of it, though, where in the fact that you could actually core things like maybe Silver Fast Twitch, Silver Masher, or Silver Rise Up. The Silver Rise Up could be kind of cool for the fact that you can get the standing contact dunks as well. You could see the convenience of the fact that you only get a finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defense core instead of having the double shooting loadout. But anyway, that is the build. I hope y'all enjoyed, and shout out to Tonic for even letting me post this. Obviously, this time I didn't pay for his build or anything like that, so really cool on his part to still be okay with me even posting this before he even does, for that matter. Shout out to Tonic. I'm gonna leave his link in the comments and the description of this video. 100% check him out. He posts really cool shorts and stuff like that too. Also very convenient videos of just testing different animations and stuff like that. He's an animation junkie on this game. So anyway, that is all for the video. Shout out to Tonic again. And if you made it to the end of the video, put Tonic in the comments, Short Sportsman all the way through. I'm really excited to see my boy on this, and I'm excited for you guys to see some gameplay. I will actually, before we wrap things up, show you some screenshots of the rec runs. If you want to see some of this gameplay, just let me know. So here's our first gameplay, and it was me and Tonic just loading in with 3 randoms. Like, I don't know who Milton or Rosie or KLTD and whoever this dude is or anything like that. As you can see, we just loaded in, me and him, and we were just gonna kind of duo this stuff out, and it was some really cool games. So, as you can see, really fire game for my build. I did have 6 turnovers, though, I will say that much, but was playing man, just matched up on my PG. He quit out late in the game also as well, but 14 for 17 for me. Tonic's 11 3-pointers, 7 for 11, and 10 for 16 total. Now, this gameplay that I'm going to showcase right here is a little bit embarrassing, but it just is what it is. So, I actually started this game off really good and was able to get a lot of points early on, and as you can see by the flow of the game, we were actually in this with them a little bit in the beginning aspect, but then as the game kind of went on, we ended up losing in the 3rd and 4th. It just is what it is. But our whole team ended up quitting super early. Like, we were playing with 3 CPUs, and I'll show you how early it was. All right, so I don't have a great frame to show you early on, but believe it or not, I'm so serious. These guys quit, like the 2 of them, and we loaded in with the CPU after literally 2 minutes of the game, and we were winning in the first quarter. Look at this stuff. I mean, it was pretty fire. We were going against a full 5. They were playing zone on us. They started sagging off the computers everywhere, making them literally wide open to shoot. If you guys want to see this gameplay, I would love to show you this as well. I didn't want to throw it in this video because it's going to be super long, but as you can see by the flow of the game, we were literally winning right here. I mean, we're Team Black. We're up 46-41 right here, and it's just unfortunate. I ended up missing a lot of really key crucial shots and stuff like that as well that really could have gave us the win. But it was just really tough to end up converting on some of these with the low stamina that we had just off having to carry the team. And obviously the fact that 3 people are guarding me and 2 are guarding Tonic, and it was just tough. But the fact that I had 0 TOs in this was really fire. Tonic with a pretty efficient shooting as far as like obviously being guarded by 2 or 3 people goes. We were resorting to a lot of post fades, post hops from him and stuff as well. And he still did pretty good on the rebounds himself. I mean, as a team, we actually ended up with 24 rebounds, but obviously that's with a couple CPUs. But anyway, if you guys want to see some more gameplay of this build and you're curious, I will post this gameplay if you would like, and I'll go ahead and show you me and Tonic going straight Colin Sexton versus Minnesota mode, if you get that reference. But anyway, that's all video. Hope you all enjoyed. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.